Here's the next question. क्या given है? What is given to me is कि P takes 15 days, Q takes 21 days. Q started the work and after some days P joined him and both finished the work in 14 days. After how many days did P join Q? So the fastest and the most efficient method that you will ever use in this topic is the LCM method, which says very first step is you will have to assume the total number of work, and total work will be nothing but the LCM of the time taken to complete the work by individual players, which means P takes 15 days and Q takes 21 days to finish the work. These are the only two players currently, and time taken by them is 15 and 21. LCM कितना होगा इसका? How do you calculate LCM?
105.
105 होगा. Very good. I hope you guys know how do you calculate LCM. This is 3 into 5. This is 3 into 7. So it is 3 into 5 into 7. Right? 3 is the HCF and then 5 into 7. The LCM is 5 into 7. So 105 is the LCM, which means that now you have assumed that the total work is 105 units. Okay. P takes 15 days to finish 105 units, which means P is doing how much unit of work per day? 7 units
7.
per day. What about Q? Q takes 21 days to finish 105 units of work, which means he's doing 5 units per day. Now what is given to you is Q started the work and after some days P also joined him and they both finished in 14 days. Okay. Which means the total work that needs to be done is 105. Okay. Q is working right from the beginning till end because he started the work. P joined in between, but Q actually worked for the entire span of 14 days. Q is doing 5 units per day. So for 14 days, he will do 70 units. Okay. If 70 units has been done by Q, P will have to do how much units? 105 minus 70, 35 units. The speed of P is he does 7 units in a day. Okay. He does 7 units in a day. So he will take how many days? He will take 5 more days to finish the work, which means P has joined after how many days? P has joined after 14 minus 5, 9th day, because P has only worked for 5 days. Okay. So P has worked for day number 14, day number 13, 12, 11 and 10, which means he has joined after 9 days and hence the answer is B. Next question.
Okay, sir, got it.
So let's see this question. Exactly same method is what we are going to apply. So first step is total work. Total work will be what? LCM of
120.
20, 24, 40. This is 4 into 5. This is 4 into 6. This is 4 into 10. So of course you can take 4 common. Okay. Then LCM of 5, 6 and 10. कितना आएगा? 30. 4 into 30 is 120. So total units of work is 120. Okay. Now what is given to you is all started the work, but after 6 days A left, which means, okay, before even jumping onto that, A, B and C, let's calculate their speed. A takes 20 days to finish the work. So speed कितना हो गया A का? 6 units per day. B का 5, C का
5, 3.
So what is given to you is starting 6 days में तो all are working, right? Which means if all of them work, इनका speed कितना है? 5 plus 3, 8 plus 6, 14 units per day. So they would be able to finish how much units of work? 84 units of work. Okay, for the first 6 days. Then what is happening? B and C continue to work. Okay, B and C have worked together for some days. Okay, but B left 4 days before the completion of work. Okay, so we don't exactly know how many days B and C worked, but we know that B left 4 days before the completion of work, which means for the last 4 days only C has worked, because it was only B and C, and even B has left 4 days before, which means for the last 4 days only C has worked, which implies how much work would have been done in the last 4 days? 4 into 3, 12 units. Okay, and this total should be equals to 120. So we know 84 plus 12 is 96 is already done. Remaining is 24 units must have been completed by B and C. Okay, in this duration. And I know B and C can finish 8 units in a day. So to be able to finish 24 units of work, they must have taken 3 more days, and this was 4 days. So in total, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 4, 13 days is what it has taken. Next question. Okay, first step is total work. Total work will be LCM of 30, comma 18, comma 22.5 is nothing but 45 by 2. Okay. So pay full attention here. It has a very important property of ratio. Okay. So whenever you have to take LCM, how do you take it? You just take LCM of the numerator upon HCF of the denominator. So this is 1, and here it is 2. So HCF of the denominator is nothing but 1. Okay. So what I'm saying is the formula is LCM of all the numerator wala entities divided by HCF of the denominator. HCF of denominator. Sorry for bad handwriting, but I don't know, this pen tab is not working fine. So yeah, HCF is 1, so this is gone. Now all you have to do is just to take the LCM. It's simple. 6 into 3, 6 into 5. Okay, this is 9 into 5, right? So first common factor is 3. Then bachta kya hai? 10, 6 and 15. 90 is what comes as the LCM. All the numbers are also divisible by, like, also divides 90. So 90 is the LCM. So LCM of these 3 numbers is 90, which means total number of work is 90 units, which means A plus B are doing the work in 30 days, right? Which means A plus D ka speed kitna ho gaya? It is 3 units per day. B plus C ka kitna ho gaya? It is 5 units per day. And C plus E ka kitna ho gaya? It is 4 units per day. Okay. And this is 4 units per day. This is 3 units. Okay. So if I have to calculate A, B, and C, what I do, I will just add all of these and I will try to calculate A plus B plus C ka speed kitna hai. So if you add all of these, B will come twice, A will come twice, C will come twice. So this is 5 plus 4 plus 3, which is 12 units. So A plus B plus C ka speed kitna ho gaya? 12 by 2, 6 units per day. Why I have divided by 2? Because 2 yahan pe extra aa jata hai when you add them. Which means A ka speed kitna ho gaya? Because you have to calculate A. A ka speed kitna ho gaya? A plus B plus C completes 6 units in a day, and B plus C completes 5 units per day, which means A will complete 1 unit per day. And question is, how much time will A take to complete the entire work? Entire work kitna tha? It was 90 units. A ka speed is 1 unit per day, which means he will have to work for 90 days to finish the entire work. Hence answer is 90. Clear? Very easy. The same basic that we have been doing so far. Next question. Exactly same method karna hai. LCM kitna tha? LCM is 60. Okay. Which means A, B, and C are doing 60 units of work in total. Okay. And they completed the work in 4 days, which means 60 units of work get completed in 4 days, which means every day 15 units of the work must have been completed. Okay. And per day, A kitna complete karega? 6 units, because 60 units total work hai. B kitna complete karega? 4 units. C will complete 3 units. So 6 plus 4 plus 3 is 13 minutes, which means remaining 2 units is something that D will complete in a day. So ratio of their work is 6:4:3:2 is the unit, is the ratio. Okay. This total is 15 units, and 15 units would correspond to the total amount of 30,000, which means 1 unit will be 2,000. So you have to calculate the amount earned by A, which is 6 units. So 6 units into 2, 12,000 is the amount earned. Clear? Fairly easy, right? If this is easy, let's solve the next one. Let's try to pace up now.
Sir, D is directly proportional to KT square ऐसे करना है.
Correct. D is equals to KT square. Very good. अब क्या given है? 10 second में it has covered 76 meter.
76 meter.
तो उसका क्या equation आएगा?
K is equal to 19 by 25.
Very good. 10th second will be equals to total distance traveled in 10 seconds minus total distance traveled in 9 seconds. Right? So this is 100 minus 81, 19. K is equals to 76. So K will be equals to 4. You have to calculate D17. in 17 seconds. This is nothing but total distance traveled in 17 minus total distance traveled in 16. You know you have a square here. So this is k into 17 square minus 16 square, which is 17 minus 16 into 17 plus 16. So this is 33. K is 4. So answer has to be 132. Yeah. So Samriddhi, see, what is given to you is it fell 76 meter in 10th second. Okay. And you know, the distance traveled in 10th second is nothing but the distance traveled in total 10 seconds minus distance traveled in total 9 seconds.
Yes.
And distance traveled in 10 seconds will be what? K into 10 square minus k into 9 square. And that is how you get 19K. So next question. No, not a question, but a property. Law of fraction. If A by B is equals to C by D is equals to E by F, then that will also be equals to A plus C plus E plus all the sum of the numerators divided by sum of the denominators. Okay. One important thing to notice, whenever the fraction is given, even in terms of fractions, like 1 by 3 is to 1 by 5, the best practice is always try to convert that into integer. So you just cross multiply and convert this as 5 is to 3 and then try to solve. These small tricks will help you solve the questions faster. So yeah, let's jump on to the next question. Next question. 10-second question. That's a googly question. So let's see. Kya mistake kari humne. Everyone has done that. We can simply add all the numerators, right? A plus B plus C, or we can add all the denominators. So this is twice of A plus B plus C. Okay. Now comes the major question. What all of you have done is you have simply said that this is equals to half, which is okay, but which is only okay when A plus B plus C is not equals to 0. Okay. So your case number 1 is A plus B plus C is not equals to 0. Then you can say, yes, this value will be half, because then only you can cancel these values, right? And if this is equals to half, then you can get the value of k equals to 1. But second case is when A plus B plus C is equals to 0. Then B plus C will be what? Minus A. This is minus B. This is minus C. So each of these value will be equals to minus 1. And this is equals to k by 2. So another value of k is minus 2. You have two possible values of k. Next question. Of course, one method is you keep on doing it fraction by fraction. A by B is 2 by 3, B by C is 4 by 5. So you try to calculate A is to B is to C. How do you do it? B is the common one. So 4 and 3, it has to be 12, right? So you multiply the first one by 4. It is 8 is to 12. Multiply the second one by 3. This will be 15. Similarly, you do for C is to D is to E. And then you do A is to B is to C is to D is to E. Okay. But a long method. Not recommended for CAT. So now let's look at the smarter approach. You just look at the number and you directly write the answer. How do you do it? A is to B is to C is to D is to E will be. You multiply all the left hand side wala numbers. All these numbers you just multiply. 8 6 is 48. 48 into 2 is 96. 96 into 4 is 384. And you write the answer as 384 is 2. Okay. Next thing, see if this is an MCQ, you can directly mark that option which has the first digit as 384. That will be the answer. If these are co-prime numbers, then of course 384 has to come in the first place. Now, second. Now, pay attention. What I'm doing is, for second, what I'm doing is, from A to B, I just, okay, maybe I'll have to write it here for now. 2 is to 3, 4 is to 5, 6 is to 7, and 8 is to 9. Okay. So now what I'm doing is, so initial one was all the left hand side. Now I just remove 1 from the first one, which means I take this bucket and this is what I try to multiply. Okay. This will be my second ratio. So what is this? You just divide 384 by 2, which is 192, and then you multiply 192 with 3. Okay. If you multiply 192 with 3, this is 19 into 3 is 57, 576 is what it will come. Okay, this will be the second ratio. Similarly, third ratio will be you take 2 from the right hand side and 2 from the left hand side. So this is what will come. Okay, you just do that. कितना आता है? 15 into 48. 48 into 15. So 480 plus 240 is 720. This will be 720. S2, you take 3 from the top side and 1 from the left side. Okay, 3 into 5 into 7. 15 into 7 is 105. Okay, 105 into 8. This will be 840. And last will be by symmetry, all the right hand side wale numbers. 15 into 7 into 9. कितना आएगा?
945.
945.
945.
Very good. So this is the final answer directly. Next question. So let's see. B is 280 less than D. Okay. So what is A? So of course we know that we'll have to calculate A is to B is to C is to D. If we manage to calculate A is to B is to C is to D, then we can simply see the difference, equate that to 200, 280. We will have some units and then we can calculate the value of it. So now what is given to us is, okay, A is to B is 3 is to 4, B is to C is, all you had to do was to write it in this format, and C is to D is 3 is to 4. So A is to B is to C is to D will be what? 3 into 3 into 3, 27 is to 4 3s are 12, 3s are 36, is to 16 3s are 48, is to 64. You just add them. कितना हो रहा है? 36 plus 64 is 100, 148. 148 plus 27 is what? Try to do. I'll charge my laptop. Just a minute. Okay, but sorry, my bad. यहाँ पे given क्या है? If B is 280 less than D, you don't even have to calculate it. B is 280 less than D. B is 36 units. D is 64 units. Difference कितना है? 28 units. 28 units means 280. So 27 is the value of A. Okay. So 27 is the value of A. So 27 units will basically correspond to 270. Answer is 270. So let's move on to the next question. Now comes, okay, mixture, ratios. Answer is 128. What is given to us is alcohol and water are in the ratio of 4:1 earlier. Okay. If 40 liter of this mixture is replaced by 40 liter of the water, ratio finally becomes 3:2. Okay. So from both the ratios, we know यहाँ पे भी total is 5 units, यहाँ पे भी total is 5 units, which means we're sorted. So we have to find the initial quantity of alcohol, which means we have to calculate 4 units. Okay. And we know later on, after replacing 40 liter of this mixture with 40 liter of water, the alcohol has been dropped by 1 unit. Okay. So this drop of 1 unit has been done because 40 liter of the mixture has been gone out, right? So if 40 liter of the mixture has been gone out, उसमें alcohol कितना था? Alcohol is 80%, 4 by 1. 32. So 4 by 5 of 40 liters, which means 32 liters of alcohol has gone out and आया तो 40 liter ही, right? Which means alcohol has not been added. So this dip of 1 unit should be equals to the 32 liter which has been moved out of the initial volume of alcohol, and you have to calculate the initial quantity of alcohol, which is 4 units. So answer is 32 into 4. It is 128 units. Next question. It says Raju, Ram, Ramu, and Raj, they bought a certain number of apples. Okay. This is Raju, then Ram, then say Ramu, and Raj. Okay. They bought a certain number of apples. Okay. Now what is given to us is Raju bought half the number of apples bought by other 3. Okay. Which means if other 3 has bought 3x, Raju has bought half the number of apples bought by other 3. Okay. Which means Raju is to other is 1:2. Okay. Then Ramu bought 1/3 the number of apples bought by the other 3. Okay. Etc. 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 Find the ratio of number of apples bought by Raj to the total number of apples. So see, one hint that we get is other three will always keep on changing, right? So if we take the ratio with respect to other three, we have to have a lot of variables, x, y, z, w, right? Hence, that is not the right way. हमसे पूछा क्या है? We have asked कि total number of apples में से what is the fraction of Raj? That is what is asked. So one hint that we get is if Raju has bought half the number of apples bought by the other three, right? So let's say other three have bought 2x apples. So Raju has bought x apple, which means total is 3x, right? Which means Raju has essentially bought 1/3 of the total number of apples, right? Similarly, if I convert every fraction into this, for example, Ramu has bought 1/3 the number of apples bought by the three, which means 1:3. So Ram's fraction is 1/4. Similarly, this is Ramu, right? Okay, this is Ramu. It will not matter. Ram has bought 2/5 of the number of apples bought by the other three, which means if others are 5x, Ram is 2x, which means total is 7x. So Ram is essentially 2/7. और अब पूछा गया है राज का पूछा है तुमसे, which means this total has to be equals to 1. So all you have to do is just subtract 1 minus. इसका LCM ले लो, 7 3s are 21 into 4 84. This is 28 plus 12 plus 21. You just solve this and you will get 11/84 as your answer. Clear? Everyone, hint क्या था? We had to have some constant, some base number. So we can't chase a moving target, which is other three. So other three keeps on changing. So we said, okay, other three ko, let us convert this as a fraction of the total numbers. So if Raju, I'm explaining it again. If Raju is buying half the number of apples bought by other three, which means if others are buying 2x apples, Raju buys x apples. Okay, which means total apples that are bought are 3x, which means Raju is essentially buying 1/3 of the apples, 1/3 of the total number of apples. Similarly, Ramu bought 1/3 of the apples, which means 1:3. So total is 4. So Ramu ka fraction is 1/4. Similarly, Ram is 2/5. So total is 7. Ram ka fraction is 2/7. And similarly, we have to calculate the fraction of Raj. So total sum of all the fractions has to be 1. Next question.
So from Wesley, we are taking out 10 liters. So milk, the amount that will be taken out from milk, milk is originally 24 in A.
Okay, A has 30 liters, right? It is 4:1. Okay.
Yeah.
So which means 4:1 is 4/5. 80% is this. So 24 liter is milk, and 6 liter is water. Similarly, for B, it is 50 liters. 3:2, which means 30 and 20 are the ratios of milk and water. Yeah. Now you're taking 10 liter from vessel A and adding it to vessel B. Okay. ठीक है, तो बताओ.
So the amount of milk in A would be 24 minus 10 into 4/5.
So 24 minus
10 into 4/5.
Sure. So this 10 liter will also have some milk in it and some water in it, right? Milk and water are in the ratio of 4:1. So this is 4/5. This is 1/5, which means -8 and -2, right?
Yeah.
Right, Chetna?
Yeah.
So कितना है? This is 6 and this is 16 and this is 4. Okay. And then यहाँ पे?
And we are adding 10 liters from B to A, so the ratio will be 10 into 1/5 of milk here. That will go in A.
Okay, so now again we are actually adding 10 liter here, right? So ratio क्या है? Ratio is nothing but 38:22. So ratio is 19:11, right? Chetna? Okay, so okay. So Chetna, what mistake you made was you did not consider these +8 and +2. You simply said 3/5 and 2/5, but that will not happen, right? Milk will actually increase because जो ये 8 units of milk निकला है AC, that will also go to B now.
Okay.
It will be 30 + 8 and it will be 20 + 2. So this is 38:22. So ratio is 19:11, which means 19/30 and 11 by 30 of 10 units, which means 19 by 3 liter of milk aega. So this will be added here, 19 by 3, and 11 by 3 liter will be water. I'm just splitting this 10 liter into the ratio of milk is to water. So ratio will be 16 plus 19 by 3, which is 48 plus 19. It is 67 is to 12 plus 11, 23. Is the final answer. Next easy question. Everyone should be able to answer. Yes. Done. Easy question. Solution is there right in front of you. 28.8K. Initial weights were in the ratio of 3:4:5. So cost will be square of them. 9:16 into 25. If he sells the entire diamond together, so weight is 12K. So cost will be 144 times. But if he sells it individually, cost will come out to be 50. Bus difference nikal lo. 144 minus 50, 90 units is 18.8K. So 1 unit is 0.2K. So 144 units will be 28.8K. Brings us to our last question for the day. Let's solve this one. Last question from ratios. What is given to us is, say this is A, this is B, this is C, okay? And ratio of boys is to girls is in class 9, 10th and 11th, okay? So this was actually 9th, this was 10th, and this was 11th, okay? Say this is 9th, this was 10th, this was 11th class, okay? So this is 2:3, so 2x, 3x. This was 5y, 6y. This was 8g and 5g, okay? Now the ratio of boys to girls when 9th and 10th are taken together. Okay, so this is 2x plus 5y upon 3x plus 6y is equals to 7/9. Now, if you just observe, this is basically 5 plus 2, 7 and 6 plus 3, 9, which means x has to be equals to y. Either you solve it or you can just observe this thing. That x has to be equals to y to be able to solve this question. Okay, so यहाँ से x is to y आ गया. Then simply इनका ले लो 5y plus 8g upon 6y plus 5z. This is equals to 3/2. Just solve this, you will get z equals to 8y. You put it back here. Total number of students पूछे, right? This is 5x here. This is 11y. 11y is equals to 11x. Right? So this is 11x. ये कितना आ गया? This is 13z. So 13 into 8 is 104. So 104 y is equals to 8. So this is 104x. So total number of students is 104 plus 16, which is 120x. And you know x has to be an integer. So which of the following could not be the total number of students? So I know it has to be a multiple of 120. So this is the multiple of 120. This is the multiple of 120. This is the multiple of 120. Pucha kya could not be. So answer has to be A. So great guys. I think we have covered what all topics: ratios, time and work, and SICI. इनके different variants is what we have tried to cover today.